You're listening to Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. And now, here's your host, Michael Larkin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me today, if you caught these great bouts at LFC 40 and LFC 41 with Jenny Holesome and Monica Garcia, respectively, you know this one has in so many memorable moments and memories from that particular match and those particular fights. The one, the only, Miss Ziva Fey. Ziva, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hello, I'm like, it's me. Thank you so much for having me back on. It's been so long. I'm so excited to be here. Excited to be back. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I got to say, folks, if you've not checked out LFC 40 and LFC 41, Booty Camp 5 and Lingerie Fight Club, respectively, from the FSW Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, featured a great card of both many talents, including yourself. But before we get into this, I do have to say, I know you've been through a lot, as you posted on your social medias. And I could say, first and foremost, as your friend and as somebody who cares, I'm glad to see you with us because I know you're going through a lot right now.
Thanks. Okay, so full disclosure to the fans, because I know a lot of people will see this. I got in a hit-and-run car accident November 26th, and I actually almost died. But I am so lucky to be here. Somebody hit me on my driver's side. My car spun twice and rolled over. And I was really lucky because I was going to a dominatrix gig, so I was kind of wearing, like, big boots and big sweater and stuff to cover up. And a civilian saw it happen. He was using big tree shears to cut his tree in his front yard. So when my car flipped over, he used his tree shears to to break my window. And then he could reach in and he cut my seatbelt, and I dropped to my windshield. I was passed out and I dropped to my windshield, and then I crawled out my window, which was crushed. My window was like, it was like that big. Oof. So I'm very, very, very thankful to be here. Despite all the circumstances, like it was a really, honestly, so lucky. And I didn't break any. I got really bad head injury. I was knocked unconscious directly on my head. So you can't see how badly I'm injured. I have some brain damage, but no broken bones, no torn ligaments, no bad lacerations, thank God. A few little cuts, but that was a while ago now. So, like, very thankful to be here. We're going to recover and be stronger than ever eventually. So, I really appreciate the kind words, yeah.
Of course, you've been in my prayers, and I could say honestly, and I've been honest with my fans as well, both within LFC and outside the LFC auspices, as someone who has a neurological thing myself, that I was thinking about a lot with you. So the main thing is you are here, and I'm glad to see you here, and I know we all are. So much love and prayers to keep going forward.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Michael. Yeah, I'm very, very blessed. It was very freak accident and all that, and it sucks that it was a hit and run, you know. So but we're here and we're gonna keep wrestling. So that's all that matters.
Hell to the yeah. And if you want to see some good wrestling, we'll start with this one. LFC 40 Booty Camp 5. You and Jenny Holesome had great chemistry together. We've seen Jenny previously under LFC at LFC 37.5, the FHM bootleg against MJ the Dominator Domino. We also saw her at LFC 41 and a rematch with MJ the Dominator Domino. You two, the great chemistry was there. We saw some great submissions. We saw some nice little leg trips and takedowns. You both worked each other so very well. Systematic dissection, joint manipulation. The synergy was there. Talk about working with Jenny, because number one, congratulations on the win with that beautiful ass crossface. But number two, talk about it in itself, man, because it was some good stuff.
Jenny Holesome, though, not going to allow it.
Oh, that was nice.
Real battles for position here. I mean, you can see the struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the little tiny details and beautiful work there from Holesome to roll it over to the top, and she's immediately into full mount. First time that Holsome's really been able to set up in top position. She has a plan while she's there.
Constricting the breathing a little bit, make it tough for your opponent.
I mean, that's
controlling
strategy
the arms.
there. Fey turns her knees back to her feet. Oh, look at this. Beautiful little lat drop there, although she's got to be careful with the arm. Again, back and forth again in the grappling department. Oh, my goodness. Trying to set up on this. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so that was my second match ever. So I learned a lot with those two matches with Jenny and with Flower Bomb. With Jenny, it was I won, as you guys saw, which was really nice to get another win under my belt. And I kind of felt like that win was more official and like more. I had to work for it a little more than my first match. So I actually liked that. And I felt like it allowed me to show my skill sets a little more and give a good performance and have some fun in the ring. Shine, show my grappling skills. I actually didn't know until after the two matches so that I can do striking and stuff like that. So I was a little more grapply than I usually am. So, because I was under the impression, I keep not knowing the rules. But, so now that I think I'm just starting to, I get them. Maybe I'm just like, overwhelmed or something. I was doing a lot more grappling with her and like wrestling, pins, and submissions, which is not my forte. I am a striker. I do Taekwondo. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. So, it was really fun and cool to see that I can take somebody that is in my weight class, like, down with those, like, pins and holds. She was feisty. I loved how feisty she was. We got really slippery because we were supposed to, number one, it was really hot in there. I don't know if you got the down low during those matches, but it was summer in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, and, I heard.
Yeah, and the AC, like they did have an AC unit, but like it was trying its best. And it's great. We were all troopers. We all had a great time. But she was slippery. I was slippery. So that even made it a little more difficult because like all the sweat makes like literally just popping out of like head scissors and holds and stuff. But I just had a really good time fighting Jenny. It was a very like evenly matched match in my opinion. Like very evenly matched. We had the chemistry immediately. You could tell that she had a good sportsmanship, and that's something about me as like a fighter is I'm very like sometimes people don't like how sportsmanly I can be. Because I do have the black belt in Taekwondo, so like I'm very like, let's shake hands, let's actually make sure you're okay, and I don't know what her exact fighting background is, but it was very professional. I felt evenly matched. I would love to have a rematch with her. So yeah, with Jenny, it was a good match, and it lasted a while. It lasted like a couple minutes, I think.
Oh yeah, you guys really went the distance in that, like towards the second into the third round. Like I think I even told you this, like after the bout actually happened. I'm like, God dang it, man, that was one of the best. Probably, I look at it like the 1900s, like when you had catch can wrestling, we're taking that and amplifying it with the sexiness and voluptuosity factor of LFC. So we got to see old school mixed with like just brute strength and just everything that worked together. It's the overall safe and spectacular vibes, like you mentioned, because you have the code of honor about you, which is the shake hands and the discipline type of vibes to it. So you're keeping it safe, but you're also doing it in spectacular fashion. So everything kind of had a recipe for success within the bout, and it really did translate it, as you guys will see on the screen when I put some of the stuff in here for the show. But it's like that really did translate it very well. Like that's one of my favorites from that. And it was a great show, but you really nailed it on the park, and you're only your second bout here in LFC.
And to add to what you're saying, to compliment Jenny and just add to how much of an amazing match it is, I actually think it was that was my first time meeting, so the fans know, that was my first time meeting Jenny. Never met her before. Never even talked to her online. Didn't even say like, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you." But you vibe with somebody. When you vibe with somebody, you vibe with them. We vibed, and it was just instant good chemistry, which is awesome. And I almost think it was like a good thing that was our first time meeting. Like, I absolutely I have two friends within. Well, I believe one is still within LFC. MJ, the Dominator, Domino, and then Coven. I'm good. I love them both. They're both amazing people. They're actually on my clips store. So we've got some fighting videos with us. So but I think that I don't know how it would have gone if I fought my friend, somebody that I actually care about. Probably would have been fine. He's still sportsmanly because we both. But I don't know if the part of me would be like, let up or go easy. But with Jenny, I didn't know her. We had instant good chemistry. She was very sportsmanly. So it was just like almost like being in like for me as a Taekwondo girl, it's called a dojang. Like it's the Taekwondo place. So to me, it was almost like being in the dojang doing a tournament with like, and that's like hundreds of students, people you don't know from different dojangs. And then you like, have to just fight them and then you move on your way. And it almost felt like that, but that to me, I love that. That's very familiar, very professional, very like sportsmanly, like good sportsmanship. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was good vibes. I can't wait for the next LFC. That's part of the reason why I'm also like, I need to recover and heal because it's coming up, right? It's gonna come up soon.
We have some stuff coming for you in the pipeline for 2025, everybody. So be on the lookout for those events. It's going to be really fun. And I will say this to add on to your point about Jenny Holesome as well. Like Jenny had great bouts with Miss Ziva Fey, as y'all see here, and as well with MJ the Dominator Domino the following day with LFC 41. Like everything in that encompassed that event besides the hotness and it being a summer night in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I can say this as someone who's been to indie shows on the East Coast, independent wrestling events that are in like warehouses and stuff. I feel the hotness as well. I've been in similar buildings like that. It's not fun. It's tough.
Because you guys are usually wearing like jeans,
right?
You know what I mean? Even though we're half dressed and we're running around, you guys are still cheering.
Yeah.
So like you guys get hot too. So like
yeah.
But it's a hot time.
Yes.
So yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I really can't wait to be back.
And then we get to LFC 41 Lingerie Fight Club. And unlike the movie Fight Club, we're going to talk about this Fight Club. So LFC 41 happens for Lingerie Fight Club. It is very much a David and Goliath type of bout with you and Monica Flowerbomb Garcia, former LFC champion Monica Flowerbomb Garcia. Woo! She had you in a lot of great power moves as well. She dominated that front. You with your quickness over here and your just overrun ability to just showcase your speed and showcase just you with the sleeper hold and the choke on the back. You found ways to really equalize yourself and really go in there. But at the end of the day, she got you in the choke, and we saw at the end of the day the pass out, and then boom, Monica gets the win. Talk about this because, again, in this David Goliath manner, you held up your own. You did very well. Same with Monica showcasing the power game. It was a nice little blend of styles that we really got to see.
You can see she's trying to stay at range right now. Although, look at this.
Oh, nice. Takes her back.
Jumps up on the back. Can she pull off the miracle here? The flower bomb spinning and
Goodness. Like a bale of hay she just tossed over.
Man, the power on display and now just wailing away. Top position.
This is getting hard to watch.
It is hard to watch. I got all the respect in the world for Ziva Fey, but she is in a bad spot here. And you can hear, I mean, she is not enjoying this at all.
Yeah, so you want to be an LFC fighter. This is what you got to look forward to. Her O on her record is really facing some tough times right now, but good job on her right there getting the reverse.
Well, I didn't really know that I was going against a champion until I was. And then they hold up her like belt and then I'm like, oh my God. But I definitely think that I was able to use I think I was able to use my quickness and hold my own to a degree. I mean, obviously I didn't win. obviously I passed out. But like you said, I got a few, like, let's say in the Taekwondo world, we would call them points.
Yep.
So I was running around her. I think I got on her back at one point.
Oh, yeah. You went to go for a sleeper. You got her on the back. Yep.
So, like, I do, I don't know if LFC has called it yet, because I don't know if I have a nickname with them yet, but in my other wrestling world experience, I get called Ziva, the flying lemur, or the spider monkey. Like, those two kind of interchangeably, because you guys can, like, see that I'm very, like, those are two little bouncy monkeys, that are just, like, very quick and, like, flippy. And that's, like, I obviously, in the 3 matches that I've had with LFC, I know that I'm still a newer member, but now that I have 3 matches, people are starting to slowly see my style. And, also, I'm sure some of the fans also know me from my clip store, Ziva Zone, and the other, like, the wrestling world that I'm familiar with, like, same as Coven, she is very, like, flippy and quick, and that's usually, also, I do have my black belt training, so I do have a good form, so my form keeps me strong. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, you're so strong. I'm like, I have good form. Good form makes you seem very strong. Or you got those fulcrums. But I do use my quickness to my advantage. I was able to not win, but I felt like even though I lost, I was, like, proud of that match, in the sense of, like, it's not a loss that I'm ashamed of, because it didn't look bad, in the sense of, like, I tried. I held my own. She's a lot bigger than me, respectfully. Like, I am 110 pounds on a good day after a meal. So, like, and I'm 5'1". I don't know how, she wasn't much taller than me. She's a lot more bustier than me. Y'all saw it. So, and also, she's a champion. So, she knows how to fight in the LFC ring. She knows the rules. Like, I'm still actually, like, something that is not to my advantage yet is I don't know all the intricacies of the LFC rules and all that yet. So, I'm learning, though. I'm learning. I'm dedicated to, staying with the crew and
you're dedicated to the craft. You're dedicated to the craft.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow the assignment. But all in all, for somebody who lost, I don't think it's a match that I'm super ashamed of. Made me look bad. Made my roster card or yes, it makes me look bad in the sense of like, okay, she has 2 wins, 1 loss. Pardon me. But it's like an honorable loss, if that makes sense. It looked good. It was a good fight. It's entertaining. I didn't lose in 5 seconds. I think we went all 3 rounds.
Yeah, y'all went the distance, and I like how you also brought this up of being proud even in defeat. I always look at it like this with LFC, and I'll put this in everybody's perspective here. Think of it as being the best representation of your presentation. You're representing yourself well, and you're presenting yourself well. And from an entertainment standpoint, with the presentation of what we got, I can honestly say from the David and Goliath style, because we see that in all different forms of art forms and crafts, whether it be MMA, professional wrestling, catfighting, what have you. It really did translate well. You sold very well. You got the sleeper on her. She powered you. Everybody kind of had a fun time and a good time. And you created a memory and a moment for people. So when everybody wants to watch LFC 41, y'all could see, hey, there's Flower Bomb. There's Ziva Fey over here. There's the Spider Monkey, like friggin' Texas Ranger and friggin' Talladega Nights. Chip, I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey. So there's really little intricacies, like you mentioned there, that go into what we do in this fine craft of LFC.
Yeah. And, so I don't know if the fans know this either, but something that makes the matches with Flower Bomb and Jenny more interesting is, so most of the LFC fighters are, I'm pretty sure, Vegas-based. Yes. And I'm actually only half Vegas-based. I'm Phoenix-based. So that day, I actually drove up that day, and I drove straight from my house to the warehouse, and got out of my car and fought. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like to show how dedicated I am to the craft. Like, you know what I mean? Like, drove up, like, left in the morning. Yeah. So 5-hour drive and then get out of the car and fight a couple girls. So
No, I appreciate that. That's the grind right there. And I'm smiling just because he had 5 hours to drive. And then you're like, I'm going to go to the FSW arena. I'm going to go in this hot ass warehouse. And I've ring announced there for FSW out there with the LFC events that were there. It's hot, people. It's really hot on a good day, but it's memorable. And a lot of people come and it's an enjoyable time. So, I mean, I think this is also like the first time you've actually, this is the first time you've been in the FSW arenas even. I mean, you got the hell of a two great performances in it.
Well, actually,
hit me.
Before I was even an LFC prospect, I went to, I believe it was either 2018 or 2019, but I went to an LFC show.
Okay.
As a fan.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to do this. And they were just like, oh, you're just a girl that came here to watch it. And I was like, no, I want to be one of these girls. And it took me a while to even become a prospect for LFC to kind of take me seriously. But I kind of just stayed around. I kept emailing Sean and kept emailing
one of the other guys. Yeah, one of the judges, yeah. I know who you're referring to. I can't remember the name. It's been a while.
Yeah, big, tall, like Samoan guy.
Oh, Leon. Leon Hader. No, was it Leon Hader?
That's it.
Okay.
Leon. He was the first connection I made at LFC, and I was like, bugged him, emailed him all the time, and then I think he eventually, after like 2 or 3 years, gave me Sean's email. And then I bugged, and then I was a prospect, like, I was a prospect for years, actually, like kind of longer than most people are prospects.
Oh, yeah. I remember I started in 2019 doing this pod and just being around LFC. I remember seeing your grill, that face right there, ladies and gentlemen, on the prospects of the websites. I remember. That's why I was so happy when you debuted. Like, I'm like, all right, we're finally going to get the Ziva Fey up in here.
So I was a prospect since 2019, and then I didn't debut until 2023 or 2023.
2023.
Yeah, so I was a prospect for 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is a long time because usually the girls aren't prospects that long. But I think that honestly, and also that's another thing is I was really nervous that I lost with Flower Bomb.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I lost in the way that made Sean or anybody at LFC not proud, in the sense of like, yeah, I do. It is a ding against me. What, two wins, 1 loss. But it was a good performance, and they were like very like the performance is what really matters. And so I think they're starting to realize maybe at LFC, like, oh, she likes wrestling. She's pretty. She's a good. She sells, like, maybe I sell well. She's here for it. I'm here for it. So and I really want to do more. So I think it's the coolest thing when you type in my name on YouTube. The LFC is the first thing that comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it is like it's
awesome.
Yeah, and it's very true, Ziva, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I love how you're just, what I also equated to is you have the 2 Ps, it's the passion and the persistence, just continuing to want to learn and the passion of it, of what you have in your soul. And I mean, I look at another prospect like Ariana Blaze, who made her debut at LFC 36 Booty Camp 4 against Bella Inc. Like, Ariana Blaze had been a prospect for maybe 2 or 3 years, and she finally got to perform in 2022, and it was great. It was an amazing performance. I mean, I think in that perspective, I think what we talk about, no better time than the present, right? So seeing you in 2023, and now here you are, it's 2025 after what we saw in 2024, I think it really does well. And I also equate it to wrestling as well, to go to your point. It's great to see the moves, and it's great to see from that aspect in the ring and the psychology, but the overall presentation from the moment that you walk out, and especially with your entrances as well with everybody, it works. It's really all about everything from timing and just everything in the synergy.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to have a little bit of a fun entrance every time. Be a little theatrical and a little flippy, because I'm a little theatrical and a little flippy. That's me. So, I'm really excited for what the future with LFC holds. I have been traded around a little bit with my team. I was with Team Healthy Male, which is the yellow team, and now I'm Team Loyal. Or last time I checked,
Team Loyal.
When I was at that match, I was Team Loyal fans, which I think is. Are they red or pink?
Oh my goodness gracious! I think that they're red because
I was
pink.
like, they're either red or pink.
Yeah, they're red. I think it's red.
But I was like, those colors are very close.
I get you. I totally understand what you're
saying. I'm like, I deal with colors a lot. So anyways, yeah, exactly. I'm like, fuck. So it's been really cool to like be traded even to go from Team Healthy Male to Team Loyal Fans. Also, I have a Loyal Fans, and I have some Loyal Fans bikinis. I know that we wear lingerie in Lingerie Fighting Club, but also like I'm starting to. I just feel like I'm starting to learn LFC more. Like I'm starting to learn the type of lingerie that you guys like. Like it is like really cool, like WWE, like they wear lingerie outfits, almost like what ice skaters wear, but not. Yeah. But WWE wear, and like you guys actually do wear stuff like that, and like so I kind of like, I want to get my own cool outfit one day. If it's like, okay, I'm gonna be on Team Loyal Fans for a while, so like I'll get it red, or like, you know what I mean, if I'm not traded for a while, or and just next time I think they told me that I could do more striking. I might do some of that. Add some of my taekwondo, because I think if I would have added some of my taekwondo, it would have been different against Monica. No, I can't reverse past, but for me only doing wrestling moves, I really held my own. And now that I know, like, okay, I can add a little more like UFC, like striking, taekwondo. I can do some of my taekwondo within reason. Like, I think I would, because I could have done a few kicks to actually keep her away from me, per se, to, like, reassess myself now that I'm, like, thinking of it in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're more equipped with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I definitely think the next UFC, LFC fight, I'm going to use some UFC fighting styles. It's a little more, like, I don't want to say animalistic, but, like, some more striking. Just add some more striking with the grappling, and I think that because that's kind of more how what UFC style is. Because I was under the impression it was a little more WWE, or at least that's what I'm more used to. Uh-huh. So when I'm in a ring, so then now that I know like more like the level of brutality I can kind of bring, I'm like, okay, I'm tough. I can get with it. I got this. Like, bring on the next girl.
So you're kind of like the spider monkey version of Holly Holm, so to speak. You're kind of amplify the Holly Holmness, if you will, from like UFC.
Yeah, she's badass. Yeah.
I feel you. I think that's a nice little transition. And I will say this. I got to put over the lingerie and the aesthetic that each and every one of you ladies had at both of these events. I got to say, Ziva came out with a nice little cute little lingerie. It looked great on you, man. Both you really came up and showed up on the style front, man. It looked very good.
Well, thank you. Well, the like theme was 4th of July.
Yeah.
So I did blue makeup, and I knew I was Loyal Fans, and then so I wore like the red strappy lingerie. So I thought blue eyeshadow, red, like, this is gonna sound so dumb, but I'm so pale. Look at that. So I was like, it'll be red, white, and blue. So that's what I was trying to do, because I'm very dorky like that. So thank you. I was trying to wear something that I had, honestly, that I didn't like go out and buy something specifically for LFC that was already accessible, that was super cute, that fit the theme, fit 4th of July theme. And I like the pink one didn't fit the 4th, I did pink too. But the reason I thought the strappy, I don't know, that kind of was like wrestler to me. You know what I mean? The one I was like, Straps. Come on, they're fun. Straps.
So you wanted to put it into perspective, and I like that you bring this up. I'm going to put it into image for everybody. Think of the 80s when Wendy Richter came out with like Cyndi Lauper during the Rock and Wrestling Connection, and Wendy Richter had like those like similar straps, like when she was going against Fabulous Moolah. Think of like old school 80s, like
yes, that's exactly it. Like very 80s WWE, like super old school. I don't know. I saw the straps, so it's like there's something there. So I almost want to learn how to do, or maybe I'll just commission somebody off Etsy because I'm too ambitious sometimes. But I'm like, I want to learn how to costume design now because of being an LFC. So,
I mean, I will say this from the style side of things as well. If y'all check out the VIP section, probably one of the favorite videos you guys get to see. I mean, you got to work with the great Brandy May with Niche Boutique. Shout out to Brandy May and that, because y'all were styling and profiling those, man.
I was just about to say there is a model in the LFC named Brandy May, and I do know that she has a store and she's a designer. And you said it was Brandy May Boutique.
Yeah, Niche Boutique.
She's she's very talented. She's very cool. She's really good at like fitting and making you feel comfortable. I do have one piece that she actually designed for me that you guys saw with that. It was a while ago, the LFC little meeting, but I definitely think that I'd be willing to commission. I don't know, maybe my next LFC fight, if Sean and everyone lets me know what time it is, and I can get everything coordinated. Maybe that one or the next one, and I can pay her to make something cool and wear something flashy and sequins and flames. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see.
I think that's the beauty of LFC, folks, because you get a lot more going into the future and you get to see a lot of these great events. There's everything that goes into the presentation. And this one, you certainly showed up and showed out, as did all the great women of LFC for both of these respective events. And you mentioned two names who we're going to discuss here, because if y'all have not checked out Ziva outside of LFC, this one over here doing her damnedest thing with wrestling and everything from customs and whatnot. She's styling and profiling. Two other women that you worked with, you mentioned MJ the Dominator Domino and the one and only Coven. If you want to check out Coven's debut from LFC 41 and 40, saw her against Monica the Flowerbomb Garcia and Samia the Goddess Glam. Two great bouts. Coven showed up and showed out in her own right. Talk about working with those two outside of LFC, because they're both very fun. They're both very ambitious, and their energy and their vibes, like you mentioned, is very important. Talk about those two, because y'all have great chemistry outside too.
We do have great chemistry. They're earnest, beautiful, kind women who are very talented, both respectively in different ways. They both are beautiful in different ways. And they're both very strong. Like muscle babes. MJ, I'll start with MJ. She's a firecracker, and I love it. She's got high energy like me, and she can keep up with me, which that surprises me. Okay? It's hard to do that. So I applaud her, and it makes me respect her a lot. So we have a lot of our uppityness and our ambition in common. She's got this really cool, long, beautiful brown mohawk. She's got dark hair like me, but her sides are shaved, and it's long, cool mohawk. We have some videos on my clip store of us together fighting and doing some other various fun things. She's a muscle babe. She's so dedicated to her craft. She's in the gym all the time, every day. And then when I see her, she's always drinking her water, eating right, like checking her steps. Like, she's so dedicated to the muscle babe craft. It's very, very, like, it's just so cool to see. And then Coven is so gorgeous. She is so fit. She is so thin, and she keeps her body just on point, on lock. She's got these beautiful long black dreads, and these like big luscious lips. She makes me look all chubby. Coven is very talented content creator. She has a huge clip store as well. There's a lot of me on her clip store. She has a very different content creation style than me. Almost, I would literally say, like, the opposite content style creation of me. I actually am a very high key content creator. I like lots of color. I like lots of like this. Actually, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, I'm wearing such a dull outfit. But I still look good. She uses a lot of black, a lot of dark colors. She's got like this witchy, eerie.
Yeah, it's very like witchcraft, like witchy, about like a good witch type of vibe to her.
Yeah,
like,
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's her own style. It's like mysterious.
Yeah.
And it's almost like very like an old horror movie kind of, like the color gradation, like how she edits her colors very interestingly, but it's very cool. It's very interesting. She tweaks them to like, I know the real color because I work for her, but I see how she tweaks it and I'm like, oh, that's very creative. Like it adds this like feel, it gives you it invokes certain feelings. And I think it's really cool because we are almost like so opposite in our personal clip store, our personal content creation style. However, in our on-screen execution, we are actually very, very, very similar. So we have this mesh where it's like we're each going this opposite way, but then it's just we have great chemistry. She's really nice, really cool. Opposites attract. So I'm a lot more loud and high energy than her, but I appreciate her. She's very calculated and calm, and it's nice because I'm not. So I'm like, she knows what she's talking about. But they're both great. Coven's great. MJ's great. You guys should check them out on Coven's Clip Store, Coven and MJ on my Clip Store. We're all going to do more stuff. Me and Coven actually want to travel together right now. We're trying to put out feelers where we should go. Maybe DMV, maybe maybe New England area, maybe DMV. We're seeing like who would want to book us out there. And that would be our first tour together. And I think it would be really cool. And hopefully we'll do some fighting. So, yeah.
I think when you look at Coven and MJ, and I mean, I'll even put another name for you. I mean, Natalie Rain and Natalie Ray, who you've worked with as well. We've seen a lot of beautiful imagery. Like there's some stuff we all dress like as cowgirls, and there's Tyler Linnup in the mix. There's so many different things like with you and imagery and your content. It's very creative. It's very unique. And I have to put this into perspective here for you, Ziva. I think everything that you've touched thus far and everything that we've seen from the content side of things, not only do you put your own self into it, the authenticity and genuinity and evoking emotions and eliciting reactions, like besides the sex appeal, the external side of things, y'all have some great passion and y'all have some great synergy. I know that's very much what I've said throughout the show, but it's very true. And it's so apparent with everything that we see and what's great about our little community from the content perspective.
Yes, they're all amazing, great women. It's really, you can almost tell when you get along with girls in this industry because usually we keep creating content together. And you can kind of notice like, oh, she only made content with that girl once or twice, but then you're like, oh, they make content together a lot. But it's like because we're friends or we have good chemistry and like it just works. I've been working with Natalia Ray more and more. She's amazing. We just went to Massachusetts together to work for QCCP. We only did one scene together, but we were on set alongside each other. And we're gonna hope to. She's on my Clip Store a lot. I'm only on her Clip Store a little bit. She's on my Clip Store a lot. She's available for customs through me. And I definitely am excited for what the future holds with like traveling more with them, making more images and videos. I'm really good at being a go-getter and like I'm the one who set up doing Natalia's first photo shoot, like those professional, beautiful photos. I did it with me and her and then some with me and Charlie Cake and her. So I'm really excited to get those out. I actually just got the images today. So we haven't released anything yet because we're both busy girls. So we'll decide when we want to start releasing those in the next couple days. And it's just a really fun career. And the really weird, wacky thing about the career is like, nobody tells you how to do it. There's no modeling for dummies, those handbooks that were so helpful. And I've just been trying to figure it out along the way, and having amazing models like that who are your friends or just like great cohorts and great acquaintances and like coworkers really do help uplift you and figure out like how you want to, I mean, you figure out for yourself, but you get, it's nice to be around empowered by other women to be like, oh, I want to sell things like this, or I want to tweak my business a little bit like this, or, oh, that is a great way to do these things. And it just helps you like fine-tune things more and more and more, and you just become an awesome kick-ass model.
That's the beauty of it too, as well as I think, much like the title of the show, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, it's that type of vibes that really evokes the confidence level. And by continuing to still do it, you still go up here, because that's really what you can do. You're constantly learning, you're constantly adapting, you're constantly on the grind. So it certainly does show within everyone's both internal and exterior perspective, so to speak. And you never stop going. And that's the beautiful thing about the mind. You never stop going and you never stop grinding. And that helps you stay positively proactive and proactive as a whole. And speaking of proactive, we got to talk about the activity here, because I put it in my Instagram story. You've been doing your thing on this page. Let's talk about the plexiglass, man, because my goodness gracious, I have seen the smoosh faces, everything that goes into that. I've followed the pages on Twitter and Instagram. I'm hooked. I love it. Y'all should. The links will be in the description. Can we talk about this? Because my goodness.
Yes, please. Okay, guys. So I have Ziva Zone. It is my main clip store. And it's all random crazy fetishes. But last year I started a project where I started a new fetish, or at least a fetish that's really not been touched up on. If there are videos of this, they're not continuously done by one clip store, and done in a formulaic, like foot fetish. You can go find foot, but this is silly face fetish, and it's smushed silly faces, and it's going really, really well. People are loving it. And I call it Plexiglass Princess. We also have a few Plexiglass princes. And what it is, and I would love to have more LFC girls on it. I actually have MJ is going to be featured on it. She did amazing. I don't have hers released, but we did get her on the store. Plexiglass Princess is this super fun, wacky fetish clip store that I made up that is releasing a video every Saturday on Clips for Sale, I Want Clips, OnlyFans, and Loyal Fans, where girls take a piece of plexiglass and they press their faces against it and kiss the plexiglass and lick it and make silly smushed faces. And I'm not going to go too crazy because I have very nice makeup on right now. But that's it. And they make silly smushed faces. Basically, they're making out the plexiglass and they're doing piggy noses and their cheeks. They're doing lots of crazy things. And then after not a minute or two, and then after about 5 to 10 minutes of content, I have them put in a dental spreader. So this is, I don't know if you guys know what this is, but I hang on this. And it's the same thing. And go, so that is the short of the long. It is wacky. It is fun. If you have a silly face fetish, or if you have a nose fetish or a mouth fetish, it is a really fun clip store. It's very in the mouth vor realm, honestly. But silly face is also its own thing. If you even have a cross-eye or KO fetish, a lot of the KO guys it kind of does a lot of fun faces. And all of our videos are a minimum of 5 minutes. They're fun. They're wacky. You should fap to them. It's just a silly fun clip store. And we have almost 20 videos released, I believe, maybe more. I can actually tell you right now. And it's going just really, really well. I'm really enjoying Plexiglass Princess hiring people for it, and we have like I said, a few males, and we release a clip every Saturday. Like I said, every Saturday, and it's just fun and weird.
I have to say this, and I laugh at this because this one over here in her awesomeness messaged me and she said, "Hey Mike, I got a new page. Will you follow it and put it in your story?" I'm like, "Of course, Ziva. I love you. I will absolutely do that for you." And then I looked and I'm like, I love the fact that we can constantly learn. Like I mentioned that, and I love like there's so many different preferences and uniqueness when it comes to fetishes and being weird and all that. Because I think not only is that a good thing in life, because when in this society in today's day and age, and we'll equate it to life in itself, everything's more like this. But if you can be united, have some fun, make some silly faces, that is what the spice of life is right there. And just having a fun, good time with that, putting smiles on people's head.
I'm the queen of silly, and the more that you guys will see in LFC, like I'm just a silly person. I just am wacky, and a wacky fun fetish that is non-invasive, and like I'm all about it. It's just I do a lot of silly face fetish for Ziva Zone, and then I kind of got a lot of very specific requests over and over. And over and over and over and over and over and over. And I was like, okay, so there's something here, and there's only one of me. So we got to do something with this. I'm sure the people will like it if other people do it too, because I'm good at director. I'm directing. I'm a good director. I'm becoming a good producer. Like I'm teaching myself how to run a clip store. And yeah, it's been so fun. Most guys and gals that I hire for are like, "You're paying me to what? Okay, like, let's go." And I'm like, that's the last clip we're doing because it does ruin the makeup. Make sure that you're not going to the bank after. Bring touch-ups. But yeah, it's been super fun, super wacky. I learn new stuff with this like fetish career every day, every week, because I get new requests, new customs, do new things that Rule 34. Do new fetishes, new nuances of fetishes that I never really knew about. And I like spreading joy. Something that I do like about this job is like, I hope that like as an actress, as a, you know, more adulty actress, like I am spreading joy and like helping people de-stress. Like the point of my videos is actually for people to be like, okay, we're relaxing. Like, we're relaxing and we're de-stressing and we're not worrying about shit when we're watching these videos, right? Like, that's the whole point. Right. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that I, like, literally, like, life is so hard, and I wish that I could, like, save the world and, like, I want to do all the charity and save all the bunnies and, like, save all the dogs and the cats, but I can't. So maybe, sounds so weird, but maybe if I can help some people come a little bit, or just be more happy mentally, then they can save a few dogs and cats. Like it, you know, it's all a cycle. I'm all moving forward. Like, and then at the end of my videos, be like, go rescue a cat. You know, it all it
all comes together.
Yeah, one stroke at a time. I'm saving the world. Okay, one stroke at a time. So that's the thought process. Now, Is it a sane one? But
I like that. First of all, that is not weird at all, because I absolutely know where you're coming from. So it's just like, hey, there's the sexual side of things, but also at the same time, do some good things and be a positive influence in this world. I like your style. It's a great mindset. I'll show my nerdiness here, because we're both nerds in our own right. We appreciate the fine arts of nerdiness. It's like in the Disney Channel original movie Up, Up, and Away, and I'm taking it back to 1999 for everybody. One of the main characters, the girl, was all into the environment, and she had a little thing on her disc. It was called Earth Protectors, and would help people and kids recycle. That's what she was trying to bring to the schools. So you're kind of like the Earth Protectors girl from Up, Up, and Away, mixes like, I'm Ziva Fey, I'm this sensual, fun, silly, wacky person, but you're blending it together. So it has a nice little mix of positivity to it.
Yeah, actually, on that note, I'm sure that you know, Michael, because you've followed me and we've been friends for a long time, but one of my mottos is I'm always like, stretch and drink water.
Yep.
Remember to stretch and drink water. Like I'm always whenever I'm like, doing like a little me shout out. I'm always like, hey, you're watching this podcast. Stretch and drink water. So I say stretch and drink water. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds so silly, but maybe somebody out there who is like, they really like Ziva Fey, or they just needed to hear that, or they're like, she's not completely wrong. I should stretch and drink water. You know what I mean? Like, so little ways we're saving the world. One stroke at a time. We're saving the world. So.
Yes, ma'am. And I will say this. I think you are doing a great job, not only as your craft, but as a human being. Your vibrancy and joy certainly this show within your personality and within your content. And I will say this, Ms. Ziva Fey. First and foremost, you pointed out, I'm going to say right now, this attire, this outfit, got not dull at all. You look great. First of all, I think all y'all can concur. And you see this woman over here. You look great. I like the nice little attire there. It looks very cute.
Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. We like a little casual dress. Yeah. We want to be nice for the LFC podcast, okay?
Yeah.
We're only on here every once in a while. So
Yeah.
we're going to make it. Yeah, okay, we're good.
I will say, you always do bring it within this show and within the fights. And I'm going to say right now, Ziva, the floor is always here. The overture's here. Anytime you want to come back on, the podcast is here for you. I got you. It's always a blast talking to you.
Awesome. Yeah. I would maybe love to come on and talk about, I don't know, maybe if I go see an LFC fight or something where I don't have a fight and we can still do a talk or.
Of course. And I think what I'll also do as well is, like I've been doing with a lot of the girls, we could even do some watch-alongs. We can watch back your bouts with Jenny, and we can watch it in full as well with Monica. Watch them back. Have a fun little watch-along. I got you.
And you know what? Maybe I could show a few, not because I can't give away my whole video, but maybe I could show some pieces of the fight that I paid MJ for.
Of course.
I paid her to do a bare knuckle boxing brawl in the shower.
Okay.
I think it's going to be released hopefully in the next couple weeks or months, but it's going to be a really cool video. It's going to be really hot. It's going to be really different because it's bare knuckle boxing in the shower, and it's running. The shower's running. So maybe I could be like, LFC girl, I don't know. Well, yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll talk about it. I'll be happy to have you. I got you.
Possibilities. Yeah.
Possibilities.
Yeah.
And I will say this about possibilities. The possibilities are endless. And I think with you, that only no better time than the present. And also they're timeless in your own right. And I cannot wait to see where your journey takes you and where you go forward in this thing that we call life. So Ziva Fey, you're all over the socials, man. The floor is yours. Where can we follow you on the social medias? Go right ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Okay, guys. So I am Ziva Fey. Please follow me on Clips for Sale at Ziva Zone. On OnlyFans at ZIVAFEY. Same for Twitter, ZIVAFEY. Blue Sky Social at ZIVAFEY.bluesky.social. On Instagram, currently, it is February 22nd, 2025. So I can't tell you how long it's going to be. But at the moment with this date, my Instagram is Fatal Attraction. It's a little play on words. Actually, it's kind of about being a fighter girl. So, as you guys know, my name is Ziva Fey. So, it's at FEYTAL Attraction, ATTRACTION. It's a little complicated of an Instagram, but it's fun. It's hot. I post stories all the time, like daily. So, you get to see, like, after I get off, I'm going to be all like, so, Twitch, I'm at Ziva Fey. YouTube, I'm at Ziva Fey. TikTok, I'm at Ziva Fey. Like, mostly, I have a link tree. If you guys want to go find it, you can go find it at that Twitter, at ZIVAFEY. And that link tree from the Twitter is kind of the best way to see a million different ways to consume Ziva. I have a lot of free content out there. I'm actually currently working on posting, I'm calling them shorties. So I'm posting 1-minute trailers of a lot of my fetish videos on YouTube. I'm trying to do 8 a month, and we'll hope that you guys like them and we can start YouTubing and Twitching and doing more social media as we grow and do more LFC and just try to be more online.
More accessibility, more content. And I will say this as far as LFC goes as well. Let's put this into the forefront because it's also in the VIP section. Y'all got to do some little virtual reality with punching and whatnot. That was also very cool to see. Like, that was also nice. Yeah, there you go. Your little style and profile there. Y'all killed it on that. That was a hell of a fun time, man.
Thank you. Yeah, we do a lot of fun POV boxing videos, especially Coven. So, and we're only going to make more of those.
I cannot wait to see where those go. And like I said, folks, there's so many great art forms. And like I say with this show, life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Continue to apply your craft in amazing fashion. If you want to go to the VIP section, which you should, of the LFCfights.com website, you can check out LFC 40 Booty Camp 5 with this one against Jenny Holesome. You can check out LFC 41 Lingerie Fight Club with this one against Monica the Flower Bomb Garcia. You can check out this fine podcast. You can check out my boy Tommy Bellart, Sketchy and Funny. This dude's drawn a lot of the amazing LFC women and so many great women. The man is an artist. Check him out. Check out LFC Exposed, the reality show. There's so much great content on the website, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I just started not too long ago, it's Mike Larkin 92 for all your great contents, including this fine program. So with that being said, Ziva Fey, you are a blessing and your awesomeness is certainly appreciated, my dear friend. And with that being said, folks, as the title of this show is, and my mindset, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Ziva Fey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Michael. I cannot wait for my next LFC match, and I can't wait to be back. I really appreciate you, and everyone watching, we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Remember to stretch and drink water.
Hell yeah. Adhere to those words. Boom. My little fifth too. Thank y'all.